So we're here at the Sandbox with Josh Jacobson from the Yahoo team for the Messenger. So tell us about what you built here.
So actually we've built a new Messenger client completely from the ground up for Windows Vista, and we're using WPF technology for the UI layer. So we've been able to do some pretty amazing stuff that we weren't able to do in the past, and I can show all that stuff.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
Alright, so the first thing you'll see is we do have the contact list that people would recognize, except you can do some things to it that aren't typical. So one thing you can do is you can actually change the size of everyone in your list. And, you know, we've heard from people, hey, I want the name small, or hey, I want the pictures big, and so we give you that flexibility, just like the Vista folder view gives you the same thing. But one other trick we have up our sleeve here is if you do change the size of the entire contact list, you'll see that actually your user, your contact's going to call.
Sort of like personal stuff.
And again, that's using the WPF animation. And we did some minor customization so we could get groups in there, so you can expand and collapse groups and things like that. But essentially, you know, we look at what's available in WPF and how we can meet the needs of what our users have been giving us tons of feedback.
Okay.
So 1 second. This is a new conversation window. What I can also do is when I open other conversations, you'll see now tabs are created. And one of the fun things that we threw in as kind of an Easter egg, which is actually currently available for download in our current release, is if you hit Control-Alt-Shift-B, which I know is a lot of keys, you'll see now that what happens is all those tabs appear just in the same window.
Oh, wow.
So I still have tabs, but I can also see what the latest conversation is from each person. And as I add more people, you'll see it resizes to fit. That's easy. The whole window resizes to fit. And as I get rid of people, and this is kind of fun, you know, I can just kind of like, you know, do the close window command, and they all resize.
That's very cool. So that kind of takes away from the problem if you have a bunch of conversations going at the same time and one gets buried under another item in the taskbar.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So another cool thing we're announcing today actually is that our next release will have voice in it. And with voice that comes along with voicemail and SMS messages and something special called voice visualizations. And so .NET gives us this ability to connect the visual to the audio. So let me show you what we've got here. So in this case what I'll do is actually I'll close this window, and then I'll go to, well, we have a voice bot here whose phone number is the time and temperature.
I'm not really worried about that.
So go ahead and call. You'll see a new window opens, and it says it's calling.
And it's 24 minutes.
And then once it connects, it gives me this voice bar, but I can actually click the voice visualizer button. And now I can choose if I want to see designs that'll move with the voice. So I'll go ahead and click facing images. And so now you'll see that my avatar moves when I talk, and his avatar has speech bubbles when he talks.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah. And one other thing here is we have a couple other visualizations, and of course we can add more in the future. So we've got superstars and bouncy ball and things like that.
Right, very cool.
So it's kind of one final thing I'll show you is we do have what I call dial pad mode. So if you actually, some of our users just use the voice features because it's so affordable and often free if you're just calling another computer. So if I just have a completely blank screen here, and I just want to make a call, I can actually just right-click on the messenger icon in the tray and say call phone or send SMS, and I just get this nice little dial call. And I can just make the call comes up, and I'm done.
Very cool. Right on.
So those are some of the features we have. There's plenty of more, and actually people can download the preview right now at messenger.yahoo.com/Vista.
Cool. Right on. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Infragistics, powering the presentation layer. Infragistics.com